All right, here we are, episode
9.
All right, here we go.
I don't know if we could make it.
Well,
You tried to fire me a couple times.
you're always trying to quit on me.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, that's absolutely true.
And how was your week?
My week was been good. No, it's Friday. It's TGIF. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
And that's
pickleball
always a
day.
good thing. Yep, we're done with playing some pickleball earlier today.
Yes, indoor pickleball.
Yeah, we had to go indoor because of the rain today. So
Yeah. Now, I was with you last night here over at your house because I thought it'd be a good idea to repaint the pickleball lines in the cul-de-sac outside.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. You just randomly called me up. I was getting second sleep in.
Yeah.
I don't like calling napping. I was getting second sleep in.
Yeah.
You called me and woke me up. Said, "Hey, wake up.
Wake up. Let's repaint."
Let's repaint." And we did. So
Yeah, well, but it was like I was excited because everybody who plays pickleball on Friday morning then would see the lines and be so happy. And so it was about halfway through the project that you said,
oh, you realized that
we're not playing outside tomorrow.
we're in Smash Park. Well, because I looked at the weather and you didn't. So I knew you should just be thanking me that I booked indoor.
You just held that in.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just assumed you knew because I'd sent out a text. I thought maybe I didn't. Actually, you're right. I failed. I did not send out a text.
Well, it was all good. Yeah, it was a good day at pickleball.
Yeah.
What else did you do this week?
Well, let's see. I got a new lawnmower, so I got a new lawnmower. Excited
What
about that.
happened to the old one?
It died. I had it for 20 years. That was a good run.
It's a riding lawnmower?
It was a riding zero-turn lawnmower, so I got it out at Voss Brothers. So shout out to Voss Brothers. Brian out there did a great job.
Yes.
And so I got a new X Mark zero-turn.
Okay. Does it scare you?
No, I wish it went a little faster though. I thought it was going to go faster, but it.
You push it all the way down, huh?
Yeah, I push it and then it goes. It might be. I just got to time it out and see. So,
how many times have you mowed the lawn with it?
Well, twice already, and I got it on Tuesday. So.
All right, you put it at the highest level or something? No.
You mean for the grass height or whatever? No.
All right.
Not yet. I mean, I'm going to mow it down to about 3.5 inches. I think that's the standard. 3.5, 3.25 inches is good.
All right.
What about your week? What have you been doing? Hanging out here, living over here. You're like, we can't get you out of this house. Just so he's been here like every day this week or something.
I played golf twice this week.
Did you?
I want to tell you about Monday golf.
Oh.
I am not the greatest uncle. Are you a good uncle to your nephews and nieces?
I'll let them judge. I'm an okay uncle. I think my other brothers are better uncles than me.
Yeah.
I'm an okay uncle.
Well, I'm trying to be a better uncle, and so I have a niece that's a middle schooler in Westerville, and she was trying out for the middle school girls golf team.
Okay.
And we played up at Big Walnuts.
Yeah.
Par 3 9-hole course. And she'd never been on the course before. She'd never played golf before.
Ever?
No, and tryouts.
And you're going to be the man that...
And so we went out together, her and her dad. Well, she's actually you call it a grand niece because it's my nephew, David, and his daughter.
Yeah.
And so we went out, and she made the team the next day, and she credited me and all my great coaching skills.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
well, that's pretty cool, though. Yeah.
And
you taught me how to play pickleball, so...
Yeah, now you beat me all the time.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
And then Wednesdays...
With a paddle.
My weekly golf outing with all the seniors in the community, 80 of us, we go out to a course, and we play 18 holes with a cart, and we get to start on the gold tees, and there's 80 of us, so every week I'm paired up with people that I've never...
So every week you have 80 people you play with.
Yes, and you go in groups of 4. Obviously, you've golfed in your life.
Not really, too many times.
And so never. I don't think there's ever been a repeat. So I'm with 3 people I've never known every time.
Yeah.
So yes. So let's see now. I had a question for you. We painted on your cul-de-sac. Where does the word cul-de-sac come from?
Why I don't know. Cul-de-sac. Let's see. It sounds like a French word or something.
It is a French word.
Yeah. See, well, look at that.
Cul means the bottom of the sack.
Really? Okay. So it's the bottom of the... Yeah.
It's in other words, there's no other place for the sack to go. You're at the bottom. There's no other way for the traffic to go.
Yep.
And if you had a cloth sack...
That'd be the bottom of it.
It would put water in it. It would be round at the bottom.
That's interesting. We call it a court, though. But
you call it a court?
Yeah, or
court.
It's
a pickleball court.
Yeah.
Well, the name of the street is probably Court.
Court, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, but it is a cul-de-sac.
It's a cul-de-sac. You know what's so funny is, I don't know, I got to admit it, but like when I was a kid, I always thought people said cul-de-sac.
Oh.
Like a cul-de-sac. And I called it cul-de-sac for years and years and years until my wife, who loves to correct my English on I mean, I got to admit, people probably already noticed, like, I don't speak the best sometimes, right? Like I
think you speak just fine.
Well, but if you really watch, you go through, like when my family, my wife or my daughter listens to this, they'll be like, I go into caveman mode where I just leave like words out. Like I'll be like, I go. I don't know. I can't do it right now. I'm sure it'll happen many times during this episode where I leave a word out but cul-de-sac. And so they were like, "What are you saying?"
Yep.
And I was like, "Cul-de-sac. What are you talking about?"
Well, by the way,
and then they made fun of me.
You always say I
laugh.
take your wife's side on things. I think you always sound fine. You sound fine.
Yeah, well, right now, yeah, because we're here. But if my wife was here, you would take her side automatically.
No, I don't know.
Always, that's all right.
But they said it was better than calling it a dead end. To call it a cul-de-sac.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess that
it's
makes
also
it right.
a dead end, but nobody likes calling it that, so we use a French word.
Yeah,
The bottom of the sack.
It kind of makes sense now when you see it. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Anything else about your week?
No, I don't know. It's just been like I said, it's we recorded earlier this week. This is our second one. We're doing 2 episodes this week just to kind of get a couple in the what do they call it, in the bank? You know what I mean? In case Terry tries to abandon me and I gotta scramble to find a new co-host. Just by the way, I mean, I'll admit, people keep saying like Terry's great. They do.
No, they don't.
Yes, sir. So you guys got to give him a shout out so he sees it, because that's what they're
no,
like.
no,
Man,
no.
you and Terry, it's so fun.
Well, welcome back to our podcast. What's the name of the podcast?
Well, I'm Jeremy,
and I'm Terry,
and this is
the
most. It's not it's a most unpredictable life.
That's
right.
You
just
mess it up after 9 episodes. You think I get it?
Yeah, you think so. And it's based off what 1992. My senior class in high school, they nominated or voted, I guess, somehow me as most unpredictable. And so, basically, I think my life has been fairly unpredictable.
Yes.
But in a lot of good ways.
But in a lot of fantastic ways.
Yeah. And so, here we are. And so we decided to do
We usually take a year of your life in every episode.
Yeah. So this is, well, I'll let you do the phrase. Where's the, where you're supposed to say it? Where's the DeLorean?
DeLorean going to take us. But first, was there anything in the mailbag? Mailbag?
Yeah, well, a couple things. So we had Jennifer, she posted, she said, hey, because we were talking about childhood stuff, and we said, hey, just let us know anything. And so she posted about her childhood a little bit, and something she was going through back in 1980 and 81. And I guess she was 4 years old. And, some of the things, I guess that's when her parents, she went through kind of divorce and stuff. I know that's hard. But one of the things she talked about was how it was embarrassing was she was in kindergarten, I guess, and or preschool, and they were doing the calendar, I guess. And and so the calendar, they were learning the months and the days. And I guess, I don't know if they were like little blocks and stuff or something, but basically as they laid it out, there was only, 1 through 31. And she was like, where's 32?
Where's the 32
date
and
she's like, somebody
calendar?
must have stole it. And everybody laughed, and she said she actually was embarrassed. And I'm thinking, man, that actually, if you think about it, that sounded like a really good punchline. I was like, that's the beginning of your stand-up
Well, there you
career
go, Jennifer.
right there.
You could do a stand-up deal.
Yeah, she's funny already, though. She
is.
She's a very funny person.
She's kind of quiet, but you get her going. She's funny.
And Timbo, my old roommate, he posted about our kiss when we were a kiss for Halloween. So he posted that and said that, he remembers us. He said his wife's got some photos. So Timbo, you got to post the photos though, so we can see them.
All right.
But so we'd like to see the photos. But he talked about how I guess we went to the one place, I forgot the name of it, but it was called the Bar, and it was it's a bar in Savannah that you go downstairs, and it's in the bottom half of the basement of this one of the market area or whatever. And he said that while we were there, the people were so excited to see us that there was a group of like women with their husbands, I think, or boyfriends, and they were like, hey. They wanted to all get a picture with us, so they basically pushed their. They got Mount Damon, I guess, as I like to call it.
So if
you've watched the podcast, I don't know if I've told that story.
Yes, you have told the Matt Damon story.
Yeah, so they pushed their husbands
Your wife
and boyfriends
doesn't
aside,
like it that you tell that story,
and they had us sit down in chairs, and then all the girls sat on our laps and got pictures with Kiss. So we must have did pretty
Oh,
good.
you were in costume.
Yeah, we were in costume.
Oh,
Yeah. They weren't like, hey, I want to get a picture with Jeremy Lewis or Timbo or Dan.
Okay.
They were like, hey, they thought we were, look, we were that good, I guess. So,
okay.
anyways, we'll get some pictures.
Very
we'll post
good.
them.
And
we'll
what do we have on the tabletop today?
Well, you got your Pops Pickles. So
Yes,
this episode is brought to you by Pops Pickles.
Pops Pickles.
Available for free whenever
Yeah, well, free to you.
Terry brings
to the
by.
listening audience.
This is like our 4th jar, though, I think, because you brought a couple small ones. And
yes, and you eat them right in front of me.
Well, no, you bring them to our house and then you eat them. So, but yeah, we've had 2 big jars. And
yes.
Yeah.
It's a bumper crop this year. Pickles in the garden.
They're very good. They are very good.
We've already got about 50 jars that we give away. What else is on the table? Tell me about this.
Sandra also brought us. She brought us pickles.
She's
They're
got
very
pickles.
good.
They're better than the pickles you had that
They're
you bought from the store.
Very good.
They're fermented, the ones you have in the house.
A buddy of mine I've known very well. If you want to grab that real quick. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it's too far for me to reach. My arm doesn't work quite right, as you know. We have that's not gonna. We have the Payne protocol. So if you get a chance, this is a very interesting book. So Mark used to be my neighbor when we lived in Maryland.
Okay.
And so Mark and I would go to breakfast every Saturday. We had it was like a men's breakfast. It was a few other guys would go, but I'd drive up, pick up Mark. Well, his father was an Air Force pilot.
Okay.
And his father died in I believe 66 or 68 in a plane crash. And so Mark his real dad. His name was Payne, and then he was adopted by Fisher. And anyways, this is a really good book. It's a short book. It's great. I would just, if you get a chance, download it. Listen to it.
True story, or is it?
So it's based on a true story, and I don't want to go into the whole thing, so I don't want to give away. So it's a Cold War thriller.
Okay.
It is a very good novel.
A political thriller.
I don't know if you call it political. I guess
it's got the Capitol building.
Oh, okay. I guess kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very interesting, and I would definitely give it a chance. But Mark's a great guy, and the book is very good.
Wherever you buy books.
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff today.
Tell me what this is here.
Yeah. So, anyways, we talked about a while ago during 1980. We were talking about music, and I remember Queen, and so we got Queen. We got the 45 from your shirt. I got to get the little thing so I can play it.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
We got the Queen. It's "We Will Rock You" on one side. Remember, I thought it was like Billy Squier. I think that must have been a whole different 45.
Yes.
So obviously my memory works some ways and some ways doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But the other side, and actually this didn't come out till a little later, but we have Queen on the other side, and it's "We Are the Champions" and "We Will Rock You" on.
We will.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's what you do to end the episode.
What I'm realizing is when I make loud noises, it auto adjusts my volume a little bit.
All
or something.
right.
So I'm gonna turn that back up maybe.
So that's good.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So
that takes me back.
And you got the Queen. You got the this. I ordered this, and it's excellent mint. So I got to keep this. So I want to keep it in good shape. But yeah, this it's so weird when I got this though, and I saw that butterfly on there. It's weird how things like that just brings you right back. So if you have a 45 or you have some old records you remember that like Cat Scratch Fever, do you ever remember that album cover?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No, I don't remember the album cover.
Yeah, so it's him standing there. It's oh my goodness, I just forgot his name. But anyways, he's got the scratches going down his back. Like you see the nails going down his back, and it's like that. And anyways,
all right.
So
well, that's good. And today, the hat du jour, the hat of the day.
Oh, it's a Savannah Bananas. You're just going into everything today.
Well, tell me about the Savannah. I mean, it's a great baseball league, a great baseball team.
My son got the chance. I think we already talked about this before, but my son got a chance to go to the Savannah Bananas game.
Yeah.
Down in Cincinnati. I actually had 1 ticket. I didn't know it until like 2 months later.
Yeah.
I applied and for the lottery and forgot about it. And then 2 months later when he's saying, I'm like, oh, let me check. And it's like, I got the little email back in March that said, congratulations, you were selected. And then I never bought them. So obviously somebody else got.
So this is your son went to the game and all you got was the hat.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll take the hat. That's good. Yeah, that's right. That's like instead of the t-shirt.
That's right.
But Savannah Bananas used to be the Savannah Sand Gnats though. So, yep. And so
the
Dan.
Sand Gnats.
Big Dan and Timbo and I, we used to go to Savannah Sand Gnat games.
Yeah.
Back in the day. We do Hail and Farewells. Remember I talked about Hail and Farewells? Yeah. We did quite a few Hail and Farewells there at the Sand Gnats. And that's what the guy bought the whole team and air in the stadium and it became the Savannah Sand Gnat or Savannah Bananas.
I really like their charity. Do you know their charity?
The bananas?
The Banana Fosters. No, it's not a joke.
Is it? All right, I don't know.
Their
I don't know
charity
anymore.
is a child fostering program.
Is it really? And it's called this. It's called this. Banana
It's called
Fosters.
the Banana Fosters.
That's pretty cool. That
Yeah,
is cool.
that is really
I thought
cool.
you were just giving a really bad
For as
joke.
far as you know, I am.
I have no idea. Are you?
No, it's really true.
Okay.
At least
well,
the last game I saw.
if you get a chance, support the. I mean, I have to be the Banana
the
Fosters.
Banana Fosters, I think it's genius.
I will tell you, Eddie Merlot's has an amazing Banana Fosters.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever chance
Eddie
to go to.
Merlot, is
Yeah.
it a national chain? It's it's a steakhouse.
Yeah, it's steakhouse right down there.
Swanky.
What?
Swanky.
What?
It's a swanky restaurant.
What's swanky mean? I don't know.
Oh well, it's not a $15 value meal.
Oh no. It's a very nice place. It's a great place to go. Great atmosphere, great service.
Yeah.
And and great Banana Foster. So yeah.
Oh, I got it. All right, we're getting in the DeLorean, and we're going back to what year?
1981. We're dialing that up.
1981.
Yep.
All right. And what are some cultural highlights? What were the movies?
Well, you're supposed to. You're like, I need to. What I need to do is
How
ask
old
you the
are you?
question. I'm only 7 years old.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Let's do the math on that.
Well,
quick
there's at least of the two movies that I remember from that year.
math.
You'll remember one of them.
I turn 8, but technically I am 7 most of the year.
Well, one of these movies you probably went to as a 8-year-old, and that was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I don't know if I went. I definitely didn't go to the movies on that, but I saw it later, and I love all.
I
those.
love that whole series.
What a movie!
It really, really is.
Yeah.
And John Williams again with a great composer.
Yeah. The
it's-
soundtrack on that and the movie.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
There was another movie, I don't know if you've ever seen in your life, but it came out that year, and I want to see it again because this was how many years ago? Is 1981?
I don't know. Math in public. It's not happening off the
Yeah,
top of my
40-some years later, I
Yeah.
want to watch it again. And it's a movie called On Golden Pond.
Oh, I remember that with Fonda.
Yeah, it's Henry
Henry
Fonda,
Fonda
and his daughter,
Yep.
Jane Fonda. And Henry Fonda's wife in the movie was Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah, I remember
and
that show.
she's just an amazing actress. And but it's a movie about an older couple that is struggling. He's struggling with his relationship with his grown daughter, and the movie is about what happens. They go back to where they always vacationed, and won't spoil the rest of the movie. But I remember watching it because it was the Academy Award winner that year in 1981. And I watched it, and I kind of liked it then. But now, all these years later, I want to watch it again because now I'm the
You're
roles
the
are
old guy.
reversed.
You're the old geezer.
Yeah. I mean, he's 80 years old, but
In the show.
yeah, and I'm not 80 years old.
No, not yet.
But I bet it. Sometimes I feel like it.
Yeah. Well, the way you
Yes.
play pickleball, I thought. For
Oh,
sure.
gee whiz.
You're
Well,
out there
from
like an 80-year-old.
all the times you hit me in the back with your shots.
Yeah.
But anyway, TV.
Sometimes you get what you deserve. No.
The TV show Dallas, we've talked about it.
Yep, that was still popular. We know who shot JR.
But now I got a question for you. MASH was a big
Oh yeah, I love
show.
MASH. Yeah.
So you're a military guy. I mean, how realistic is this?
Well, MASH. I mean, again, and I think I think they probably, again, it's a different era for me, right?
Different era.
I think that was supposed to
different
be the
theater of
I think
battle.
it was supposed to be the Korean War. I thought is where
Is it Korean?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It might have been Vietnam, but I really thought it was supposed to be Korean War. But
Did you have MASH units?
Yeah, we have MASH units. Yep.
What's that stand for?
So support hospital, something. Yeah. Somebody. Why do you have to do these to me?
I got to put you on the spot.
Why do you do this to me?
But you had MASH units.
Yeah, we have MASH units. Yeah.
That would always stay at the same
Yeah,
fort, same base.
No. These are stand up. These are stood up during war, like during escalations and stuff. So, and so what it is I've got a picture somewhere even when I was in Iraq, and it's spray painted. Somebody has MASH and they spray painted an arrow pointing. So if you were on a ruin actually in out in the desert. So if you were looking for the MASH, you could find it based on that photo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say it's interesting. Again, it's a TV show and all
Right.
that, but I think that it's a rear unit. The doctors, nothing to take away from our military doctors, but they're how do I explain it? Most of the doctors, you have active duty doctors, but a lot of the doctors during war come from what's called profis, but they come in, say you're a doctor and you're on the roster for the military, so you don't go very often, but you're like in the reserves, and then you'll deploy forward.
Are you always an officer?
Yeah, yep, you're officer. So those are captains, majors, lieutenant colonels, and so usually. And I don't know if it's because of MASH or whatever. At least when I was around some of the medical units, they're a little more laid back, and you know what I mean, because it's a civilian, mostly civilian side. They're not always like full military all the time.
Yeah.
And then they get brought into a war zone, and of course now they're treating very traumatic things. You know, the helicopters coming in, the medevacs are very real. All that's very real. And
do the MASH doctors?
I enjoy watching MASH. There's some military movies I don't like watching because it makes me cringe, some of the stuff they do. But when I watch MASH, it reminds me
it's a comedy.
Yeah, and there's just scenes in there that I'm like, it doesn't. There's nothing in there that just makes me like, oh, this would never happen in a way. Which there are things, I guess, like what's his name?
Could a doctor who is have a lower rank than you, does he or she ever have the authority to have the last word?
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah.
Like this soldier is not going back into battle, and its superior commander would say, yes, he is.
I don't know. I don't know
why that question came into my mind. But.
Yeah. I mean, doctors, most of the time, most military commanders and leaders will default to what the medical person says. You know, the interesting thing about that is a lot of the doctors will be like captains or say they're majors, but their platoon leader is a lieutenant. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they're falling into a platoon structure, and it's one of those places where like their actual leadership is junior to them a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you have what's called medical service, and medical service people aren't doctors, but they're the people that do the administrative side.
All right.
Of it. So you'll have that.
The salute is about the only thing that.
Yeah. But there's a lot of first name. It's just a little different culture.
Culture.
Like I said, MASH is pretty good. I like MASH. Yeah.
All right. Another TV show that was really big back then, but I bring it up because you've recommended the remake, and that is The Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, yeah. I loved it. Yeah, so it was good then, but the new season's out.
Yes.
And, my family and I watched it.
I finished every episode.
Oh, did you watch it?
Season 1, yeah.
All right. So we don't want to spoil anything, but I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, that's good. See, so if you get a chance, you're looking for a movie that you can, like, you know, my wife and, we're always looking for a series we can watch with Emily. And so it was kind of nice to be able to sit down and watch that. And now we'll probably go back and watch the first Little House.
Yes, and maybe I would do that too. Okay, video games at the time, there was Donkey Kong.
Yeah, you know, Donkey Kong, I didn't get a chance to play. This era for me is still probably older video games. Like,
yes.
And we'll talk about it later, some Asteroids and some Berserker and things like that. But I didn't get to play Donkey Kong till later. So I was surprised that
it was the ladders and the
yep.
tilting things.
I have a lot of stories about Donkey Kong, but it's going to be probably 83, 84.
Well, so. I played Frogger. Frogger came out that year.
Oh, yeah.
And your wife is a big animal lover.
Yeah.
And really, the premise of this thing is the frog is in the middle of traffic and cars are hitting it.
Yeah.
Trying
not to get hit.
You're trying to get the frog or not to be hit, but it gets hit a lot.
Yeah, it does.
And then is it a big red
We used to call that splooch. That's what we called it, splooch.
A splooch?
A splooch, yeah. That's what we called it. My mom would always say splooch.
Is that, what you called roadkill altogether?
No, just the frog. When we played Frogger, it got splooch. It would splooch.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why. Maybe that's an official term.
Did you ever eat roadkill?
No, have you?
Oh, of course.
You have eaten roadkill.
Every Friday in Doc Stone's class in high school, we had roadkill stew.
Really?
Yes, everybody got
All
roadkill.
Right. Are you Lewising this?
I am not.
Just so you know, I believe so. I try to make my stories as a Lewis. My Lewis is trying to be as accurate as possible. Your Lewis stories, I don't know. Like, you tell stories, and I'm not sure.
This is Doc Stone in high school. It's not It's not 1981. But Doc Stone, if you found roadkill on the side of the road, it was during I took his taxidermy class, and I had a taxidermy class. So I didn't hunt.
I probably had some friends that eat some roadkill stew.
I didn't hunt, but you'd see a raccoon on the side of the road.
So raccoons, squirrels, possums,
groundhog. Which you've got a groundhog story, but
yeah.
Anyway, we'd take it in, we'd freeze it. Mom would come open up the freezer, and there'd be this orange cat from roadkill to be sitting frozen in the freezer.
No.
And and then we would take it in and we'd ask Doc Stone, can we stuff this? And
okay, you're talking about stuffing it, not making stew out of it.
wait a minute.
All right.
So we cut the skin off, and the meat we'd give to Doc Stone.
We're gonna get canceled if this.
And he could tell whether or not it was good or not, whether it was salvageable or not, whether he could eat it. And every Friday he had potatoes, he had mushrooms. He'd make this delicious stew, roadkill stew, and you had a chance to eat it, a bowl of it, if you took one of his classes. But then he never put what was in it until Monday morning on the chalkboard. We had rattlesnake stew, we had squirrel brain stew, we had all the stuff. And I'm not anybody from Perkins High School from the 1970s. You're not going to watch this. But anyway, it was roadkill stew with Doc Stone.
But no, like you just alluded, try to slip it like it was a cat in there sometimes, or
sometimes it was cat. Sometimes it was.
No, you can't be doing that. Oh my goodness! All right, well.
Anyway, yes. So yeah, that was Frogger.
We're looking for a new co-host for.
You see, I know he's fired me. Trivial Pursuits. Did you ever play that growing up?
Well, at that age, definitely not. I mean,
you didn't know anything.
Again, Trivial Pursuit, I do well sometimes I don't.
I like it when you go into like the Cracker Barrels and stuff, and you've got a stack of the cards.
Yeah.
And you do that, but
as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot better at Trivial Pursuit for the most part. Well, a little bit, just because you get, you just have, you've lived it, right?
You've lived it.
And so I used to, when I was younger, I would always be so amazed by like, did you, when you were younger, like say like Jeopardy? I don't know if they had Jeopardy when you were young, because you're. But,
yes, they did.
They didn't have letter people. You were on stone tablets, but.
Go on.
But letter people did come up though. Sorry, that was in the mailbag.
Oh,
should
yeah?
have been. Yes,
right.
Several people mentioned letter people and how much they loved the letter people. And
all right.
But but I totally lost track of where we were.
We were talking about Trivial Pursuits.
Oh yeah, but how when I was young, I'd be so impressed that like the older people knew these answers. But now that I'm an older person, I realize it's not really that impressive because it's just natural.
It's natural life.
Yeah.
I don't really. The game is kind of boring. But when you have a stack of cards and you're just waiting for your meal to come in.
We used to do that at Sixpence. Timbo, Dan, and I, they would do the same thing. They had Trivial Pursuit at the end of the bar.
Yeah.
And so we would sit there, and I would always grab I was kind of the reader of it.
All right.
Anyways, I would always be reading the questions and people would answer, right?
Yeah.
But the way I would do it is it made it seem like I always knew.
Yeah, like they were foolish for getting it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, it's not that. It's this.
And so the one guy would always say that I was pretentious.
Oh, okay. That's a good word.
Yeah, he would always say I was pretentious. So we still use that around the house every once in a while.
Pretentious.
But
music was out. There was Jessie's Girl. Jesse's Girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great song.
You ever done that on open mic night?
I can't do it on open night. There's something about the beat of that song that and then trying to sing with it.
Yes, the chorus comes in way too fast. It's like Jessie's Girl.
Whoa, I think we just blew the speakers. Sorry about that in the cars, but yeah, it comes in pretty.
Yeah, it comes in on the offbeat.
Yeah, I just have a hard time playing and singing that. I have a hard time playing and singing.
Yeah,
anything, really,
I think the song of the year was Hall & Oates. Your kiss is on my list.
Oh yeah, I remember Hall & Oates. They also did Did they do a You're a Man Eater too?
Maybe.
Right around that. That was probably like 82, 83.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. All right, under sports, we had two things. Well, the 80-81 season was the Cardiac Kids for the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns on the rise. The 80s were awesome for the Browns for the most part.
It was a quarterback. Put you on the spot again.
Brian Snipe.
Yes, you did it.
Yep. And Lyle Zato, Brian Snipe.
The great tight end was Ozzie Newsome. Yes.
Who somehow's on the Baltimore Ravens Ring of Fame, which just upsets me.
Well, it is because Baltimore stole the team.
I know, but he shouldn't be.
What year was that? I don't remember.
He shouldn't be on 96, I think. But he shouldn't be on
their Wall of Fame.
Yeah, he shouldn't be over there. I mean, I know he got it for, I think, being part of their.
Called them Cardiac Kids because almost every game of the season came down to 3 points or something like that.
Yeah, very close. It was like the Ohio State's national championship year with Trestle Ball.
That's right.
Yeah, very close games.
2014 with
crazy stuff.
The winner of the Super Bowl was the Oakland Raiders. Now, here's what I wanted to ask you about them.
Great. In 1981, my brother would answer any question on this.
They were known as the bad boys of the NFL. They were known as the Outlaws, the Renegades. the coach would
They're
pick,
the Raiders. I mean, yeah.
the coach would. You've heard this, right?
No, I haven't. But
The
go.
Raiders were known as the bad boys of the NFL. And the coach would go find rejects from other teams as long as they had the attitude, I want to punish anybody I play. I'm going to stretch the rules, okay? So what I remember in 1981 was, did I like him for that or did I hate him for that?
I don't know.
What would you feel?
I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm a
I
Browns fan.
know, but what if a team...
Was it Al Davis? Who was the
Al
coach?
Davis.
Yeah, but who's
the owner?
He's the owner, right? Who was the coach? It wasn't. What's his name? Was it?
I don't know.
Who's the guy that did the turducken and all that stuff? He was a coach for the Raiders at one point, but
Oh yeah, I remember him.
but he wasn't the coach then.
Madden.
Yeah, John Madden.
No, he wasn't the
No.
coach back then. So I
Sorry, Ryan, I don't know this.
I
You
just
probably know all this
remember
data.
that
He's like,
some people got their jerseys and became fans because they liked the idea that there was
they're bad boys.
they were bad boys.
Okay.
Some people just like bad boys.
Yeah. Is this our punchline here?
No. I thought it would be interesting conversation.
Oh, okay, I just didn't know.
Half of my friends liked that they won because they wanted the bad boys to win.
Maybe, yeah.
And
Maybe
the others
that's it.
thought,
well,
no,
somebody
you
they can
cheated.
let us know if they like the Raiders because they like that.
Yeah, well, that one fell flat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 1981. Anything else from the culture?
No, not that I remember.
All
I
right.
mean, I was young. The gas prices, I guess, were
Yes.
still low. Pack of cigarettes was probably 75 cents.
Well, I don't know how you would know that. But
Well, because my mom would send me down to
no, she wouldn't.
the quick check all the time. Yes, that was
No,
normal.
she sent you down to the corner store to buy cigarettes.
Oh
for
yeah,
her?
I mean, as young as I can remember walking, it seemed like a journey too. I go back now, and I drive from my house down to that corner to what was called the quick check. Now I don't know what it's called now, but it's literally like just a hop, skip, and a jump. But back then it seemed
And
like
they would sell an 8-year-old.
I had have a note. I would have a note, and it would say, "Please give Jeremy, my son, a pack of Winstons." She smoked Winstons back then, and and I would bring down my 75 cents if I didn't lose it on the way down. That or it was a mobile station across the street. It's no longer. I don't know what that was now. Either one of them.
You rode a bicycle.
Not at that point. I started that year riding a bicycle, and I don't think we get into that where I crashed and about died. But I'd go down there and I would get the pack of cigarettes with the note, and then bring it back. And I can still see my mom's handwriting. It was Karen Rowland because she was Rowland then. And
that's a most unpredictable
you
life.
You never went and bought cigarettes for your mom?
No, they never sent me.
They never did. I mean, that's another thing. I want to know how many people, because I'm sure there's plenty of kids who their parents sent them.
I mean, both my parents smoked a lot.
They never sent you with a note and said, "Hey, go buy me a pack of cigarettes."
No.
I bought so many packs of cigarettes with a note. I bought alcohol before.
No, you did not.
I absolutely bought alcohol before. Yep.
With a note from mom.
With a note. Well, actually, this will be 19.
Is it notarized?
This will be 1990, I think.
Okay.
So I'm like 17, and anyways, that's a whole nother story. So we'll get into that one.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Well, I am. How old are you again in 1881?
We said I was 7 and would turn 8. But
turn 8. I was a
my
junior.
First grade into second grade. Yeah.
Junior/senior at the Ohio State University.
Wow, so that's your freshman year.
No, my junior and senior year.
I totally just didn't hear a word you said.
No, of the Ohio State University, and kind of like high school. Halfway through, I decided to get off the fence. I mean, in high school, it was like I wasn't good at anything, and I decided to be good at music. And in college, after 2 years of college, I realized I'm on the fence with living. I mean, I'm a retired pastor, but I'm living for God or not really living for God. I was first 2 years. I was.
You're partying like rock stars before.
Well, yeah, I wasn't that much, but
yeah, sure, yeah. I want to hear what the real story.
And we told the story of me becoming a squad leader in the Ohio State marching band, and. You know, I told the band director, I became kind of like the Jesus freak of the band. I would start Bible studies.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would come. But I lived off campus with a couple of guys. Here's a unique thing, a couple of guys. One of the guys had a pet quail.
A pet quail.
That he named Bob White.
Bob White.
That's the sound that a quail makes. Bob White.
Oh, Bob White. Oh, I think I've heard that. But you know, there's a car dealership up in Toledo.
Yeah. Called Bob White?
Called Bob White.
Bob White?
Bob White Honda, I believe.
Bob White?
And it was yeah.
Bob
Ask
White?
your wife.
I will. Bob White?
Right, she's from Toledo. Just not gonna stop at the Bob White. Anybody from Toledo, which you'll do better there. You'll do better in Toledo.
Yes.
Man, I could be wrong, but I thought there's a Bob White. I'm kind of crazy that way. See,
I will ask her.
It's weird that I can remember some things and some things.
If you remember a car dealership called Bob White?
Well, I think there still is a dealership up there called, but it's a Honda dealership. Bob White. Oh my! We've lost him. He's gone.
Okay, stop it. Anyway, he left his pet quail most of the time down at his parents' house in Cincinnati, and then we had another roommate, and he was from a town near Lancaster, PA, and a Mennonite background, and he loved scrapple.
Scrapple. Okay.
Have you ever had scrapple?
Yeah, I've had scrapple.
What do you think is scrapple made out of?
Well, again, you put me on the spot. Well, scrapple is pretty common, there around the New Jersey, that whole Pennsylvania area there. So, if I remember, let's see, you can order it at a lot of places. It's got, is it Spam in it? No, it's got some kind of meat in it. It's got some egg and.
Yeah.
Or no, it's like a little sausage-like thing.
Well, you can probably get
patty,
it in
right?
different things. If you can imagine
I'm messing it
everything
up.
that you can use from a pig.
Okay.
Everything you could use from a pig, whatever's left, the snouts, the hooves, everything else, that is ground up with some cornmeal and a little fat, and it makes scrapple.
And it's put in a patty or something, right?
And you slice it and you fry it a little bit.
Yeah.
But my roommate made it with maple syrup.
You don't have that around here.
He would bring it back from Lancaster. He lived near Lancaster. This is a PG show, but
yes, you've already cussed multiple times.
He was from a
People
town.
want to be able to ride in their car with their kids while they're listening to the podcast and not have to worry about.
Well, okay.
Why? What were you going to say?
Well,
it's appropriate, right? Please.
He lived in a town. There was Paradise, Pennsylvania. There was Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Then there was his town, and then there was Paradise, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you've said that.
So, so the name of his town on the way to Paradise, Pennsylvania, was his town, and it was called Intercourse.
Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's where the Hoobers live. That's good friends of mine live there.
Okay, well, it's just
I know exactly where it is. I mean, you're the one making it weird.
He was always embarrassed by the name of his town.
I was getting ready to say what they're from Intercourse, Pennsylvania,
on the way to Paradise.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Okay.
Yeah, good friends of ours. I don't know if you've met the wedding we went to. We talked about the wedding. Remember when I was going at the wedding? That they
but
used
even
to have
you
a house.
didn't mention their town.
Well, at that point,
because you were embarrassed by it.
No, I don't know why I'd be embarrassed by that.
All right. Well, anyway, give me a hard time for talking about the local water dam in our area, and now you don't think this is no big deal. But anyway, he would always bring scrapple home from his hometown, and then he would think it's this major delight. It's his night to cook.
Yep.
And when we had a chalkboard, and we'd put dinners, what we were going to cook each night, and who was responsible.
Yeah.
Did you eat together? Well, you were on a meal plan probably in college.
Yeah, we were on a meal. We had a meal plan.
Well, we were off campus, and so I would put, anytime it was my turn to cook, I would put quail.
Quail. Oh, because you're going to...
My one roommate never thought that was funny. But so that's my life in 19. I was...
That's good.
Yeah, I had broken up with my 5-year girlfriend.
Oh, goodness,
and so I was...
Did you break up or she broke up?
Well,
or it was mutual. We'll just leave it at that, maybe.
Yeah, we were going two different directions.
Go through. Okay, yeah, that's always the same.
And she really wasn't interested in the things I was getting more interested in, like spiritual
now,
things.
Where was she? Was she going to Ohio State too, or no?
She was. She was.
Okay.
She became an Army nurse.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
That's right. We already talked about that because I said I might have seen her somewhere.
Yeah.
She might have treated me.
So I was single at that point. I wanted to be single focused.
There you go.
And but then
always hard.
A couple of years later, I met my future wife, and the song that I was singing all the time was "Her Kiss is on my list."
Well, and you still are, you know.
Jeremy, 1981. How old are you?
Yep.
You already had that.
Yeah, you bet you started to say for the fourth time today. I was 7 years old, but I turned a
Bob White.
Yeah, you go.
Okay. And where did you live and who'd you live with?
So I'm still living in Shreve. We're at 281.
Shreve.
Yeah, Shreve, Ohio, right there down from the school there, right next to the school.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we're living there. And
how many brothers are all?
Well, there's the 5 boys living there. Joe's still with my dad and stuff.
Okay.
And, we're doing the weekend trips up to we like every other weekend we would go visit my dad and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yep.
And your grandparents live nearby?
Yeah, so at this point my mom is, and remember my mom is adopted.
Okay.
So this is her adopted mother, but I didn't know this. I didn't learn this until it won't be till like 83, 84 that I learned that my mom was adopted. So
okay.
So Grandma Croll was her name. We called her. That's what I called her, Grandma. I just called her Grandma. To me,
that's her last name. It's her first name. It's a nickname.
Her last name was Croll at this point. Because my mom's. Her husband, when my mom was adopted, he passed away from the oil field. Remember?
Okay.
And then she would remarry, and her last name then would be Croll. She was a stover out of Michigan.
Oh.
And was her name?
So she's Mennonite.
Well, I don't.
Or Amish. That sounds like a Mennonite. Or
I mean,
Amish
they live
name.
in Millersburg, so. But
Yeah,
so I don't know.
There you go.
But yeah, so
she didn't drive a buggy.
No, but grandma, my grandma was. Oh, we loved that lady more than anything.
Did you ever go hang out at her place?
Yeah, we go quite a bit. She would come and see us all the time, and then we would go visit her. Sometimes all of us would go, but the cool thing is sometimes it would just be us that would go there. So I can remember going there and spending the night and
just you and your mom.
No, just
you
me.
Mean us?
Yeah, just
okay.
me. Yeah, just me. She would, have us just me go there.
Yeah.
And
were you her favorite?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, it always seems like. I mean, you don't. I mean, I'd say
your brothers watch his podcast.
I felt like my other older brothers were probably. I mean, Grandma was just. I think Grandma was just Grandma. I mean, so nice.
Loved everybody.
Yeah, and she would. I remember she would cook up eggs in the bacon fat. She fry some bacon and cook the over easy eggs, which were so good. And then she would drink her coffee out of a saucer. Because I don't know, I guess maybe help it cool down, but she would take her coffee and then she'd pour it into the saucer. And then she would drink it out of the saucer, which I always thought was interesting.
With her pinky up?
Maybe.
Maybe.
She had this and the other thing I remember, she had this really super fancy lighter. She, of course she smoked like everybody smoked then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like all, I remember just always looking at it. It was all pewter and like super, it had like her monogram on it or something. And I remember looking at it. She also had like gold teeth too, a gold tooth or something. I remember, because every time she would talk, I remember I'd always kind of look at her gold tooth. I can still picture like the little grooves.
Yeah,
in it
nobody
and stuff.
gets those anymore. Well, maybe they do, but yeah, my mother had
a lot, yeah.
gold fillings at least.
Yeah. This was like a whole, I don't know if it was a cap or what, but I can remember always seeing that. But yeah, it was so great.
I remember before my mother died, she'd say, make sure you get my teeth before you bury me. Because they're valuable.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know if anybody got grandma's teeth,
tell me more grandma stories.
Yeah, well, so we go there, but when the cool things were she had a groundhog, and so
she had a pet groundhog.
A pet groundhog. She kept the pet groundhog on the back. She had she lived in a trailer, and then she had a built on like back porch, but it was enclosed.
I mean, groundhogs are like size of a small dog, right?
Yeah, she kept it in a little cage in the back patio back there, and she'd let her run around a little bit, but she'd pull it out and.
Did the groundhog have a name?
I don't remember the groundhog's name. One of my brothers might remember, but she'd pull it out, and they'd have like a little ice cream cone, and she'd fill it up with like, I don't know if it was ice cream or food or whatever it was, but it would sit there and just hold it, and she would always love that because she would always talk about how, oh, look out.
Like a plastic ice cream cone. What do you mean?
Like a
real ice cream cone.
Yeah, ice cream cones aren't made out of plastic, Terry.
No, but it's for a
real ice cream cone, yes.
Groundhog.
She would take an ice
Why
cream cone.
would it hold it?
Because it would just hold it, and it would just sit there and then chow on it. It would just like.
Did she put ice cream in it?
She put stuff in it, and then it would just eat its ice cream cone and its stuff in it, like a little ice. And it was
But it wasn't ice cream.
And it would eat watermelon. I remember it would sit there and hold a little piece of watermelon and eat it and stuff, and different berries and stuff. But yeah, she'd feed it. And
could you touch this wild animal?
Well, she was always like you could, but she was always a little weary because she was like it could just all of a sudden turn on you. Maybe I don't know.
Man,
but yeah,
I'm thinking roadkill stew, but it was a pet.
Yeah, it was a pet. And then sometimes when you're there, we would sleep out on the Davenport. So yeah. So did your parents?
What do you mean, like on the porch or something?
The Davenport. Did you guys know? Did you guys have a Davenport?
Well, we called it a couch or a sofa.
Yeah.
But I've heard the name, yeah.
Yeah. So my grandma called it a Davenport. She'd be like, well, you're going to sleep out on the Davenport. And the thing about the Davenports were my grandma was, this was the thing at the time, was plastic, the big, heavy plastic things.
Oh, the furniture cover for the good furniture.
Yeah. So she'd have the plastic on the Davenport. And the funny thing is if you fell asleep on the Davenport, then you would drool, right? And then you're drooling, and of course, the drool is like puddling up on the plastic. So you're like, it's like smearing all, like you wake up and the whole side of your face is like, and your hair's all wet.
But the worst is your skin would stick to it.
Yeah,
your
stick
legs
to it.
would,
Yeah.
It would hurt to pull it off.
Yeah, you'd kind of stick to it a little bit. It was like,
if you in the audience, if you ever had if you remember plastic covers in the 70s and 80s, you got
the plastic covers, and
tell us your stories.
And I don't know how many people have, like, if their parents or their grandparents. I think Davenport's completely dead as a term.
Probably.
We need to bring it back.
I wonder if it was a brand name.
I'm just going to start a furniture store called Davenport.
You think it was a brand name, like Kleenex?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. It's just the Davenport. I'm assuming it's coming from like some cultural name or something like that.
I think
called
so
it
too.
Like,
the
Dutch or something called it Davenport.
So like did this groundhog? Did she ever take it on a leash and walk it, or what?
No.
It never came out of the cage.
She would take it out of the cage to feed it, and that like on the back porch back there. She would have it back there, but it wasn't like it ran around the house or anything. So
Is it
it's kind of sad.
A dog?
I guess
Did you have a little pet, toy that it played with?
No, nothing like that. But she had a couple cats and a dog and everything else. But yeah, she would.
Okay.
Yeah, she would keep it in a cage, and we get the. It was kind of neat though, because it's a groundhog, right? And who gets to see
All right.
have a pet groundhog? So
and
I'm not saying it was right. I just the way it was back in 1981.
Well, it's a memory. It's the most unpredictable life. And Grandpa?
Yeah. So Grandpa. It's interesting. My grandma and Grandpa slept in separate bedrooms.
Really?
Yep. Grandpa slept at the front of the trailer, and Grandma slept at the back of the trailer.
I mean,
and they had separate bathrooms and
could
everything.
you tell at that age whether they liked one another or not?
I don't know. I
you don't know why?
I don't know. I just never thought about it. It's just at that age everything it seems normal, right? Like, oh, that's just the way it is. And but he kept a cow. He had a cow, and I remember he had goats. Because where they
lived in a trailer park.
Well, no, not
in a groundhog.
Not in a trailer.
You said a trailer.
They lived in a trailer on a piece of property.
On a piece of property.
And and it was interesting because her trailer was on there, and then her mom's trailer was also on there. So there were two trailers. Grandma Stover. So lived there too, and Grandma, obviously, my grandma at that point, in her late 50s, early 60s, because she would pass away at 64, I think 63, 64, and so her mom lived there, Grandma Stover, in the other trailer, and so they had a walkway that went between the two. It's kind of like they were like two corners, and then there was a walkway that was it was like almost like a square almost, and then and
she had cows and.
Yeah, there was a garage and there was a cow and there were goats. And I remember we'd go back there and that cow, the goats specifically, they would try to like take you out.
Is that right?
Yeah. That whole you see the where if you're standing there and the goat will just ram you with its head.
Oh my!
Yeah, I remember the goat.
You're scared of this?
Yeah, I remember you got to be careful when you're out there. And that cow would chase us too, and we would hop over the fence and stuff like that.
This was your early childhood experience with animals.
Yeah. Well, it was good. I mean, you learn cows and goats and they're farm animals, and they're we lived in Shreve at the time, and then in the Worcester. But yeah, we'd go.
Did you have to get up in the morning and throw some grain out or anything?
No, but we'd go and I remember I would go get eggs. My grandma had chickens, and she would have eggs.
You
and
would go get eggs.
Yep, we would go in there and we'd open up the just like a chicken little thing where the chickens come in the one side, and then on the back side you have a little door. We'd lift the door up and we'd grab the eggs out of there.
All right, are you one of these people that thinks they can tell the difference between a fresh egg and an egg you buy in a grocery store?
No. I don't know what you mean. I mean,
we both have a friend at the church we attend that sells fresh eggs. She has chickens, and I have all these people buying eggs from her saying it's such a huge difference to eat a fresh egg from the farm than it is
I don't know.
an egg that you'd buy at a grocery store.
I mean, I always knew like those eggs are, like the yolks are a little more orange and darker in color sometimes. And
I freaked me out. You buy eggs from this woman?
No.
Because some of them are green, some are brown, some are white.
I don't want to give away. Well, we buy the cartons of eggs. We buy the 60 packs of eggs. We buy all our eggs. in 60 packs.
You've got a teenage boy that just
he eats like 20 eggs at a time. So.
He'll just scramble them. He doesn't eat them raw like Rocky.
Yeah, that's a little secret there that we have because I don't want the price of those cartons to go up. But we buy 60 eggs. They're $8.19 right now, so you can get a carton.
Really?
Yeah, it's 5 dozen eggs for $8. You can't beat that.
All right, Grandpa.
Yeah. So
any stories about Grandpa?
Yeah. So the one thing that stood out there in those years was they snipe hunting. So what would happen is
Yes.
they would take us out. I just remember the biggest one was because you can only do it a couple times probably before we're like, okay. But
this is on his property.
Yeah,
Grandpa?
so right there, they had there was like a cornfield. I don't know if the cornfield was technically theirs or not.
All right.
I don't know if they owned that or not, but it ran right next to the property there. And so what they did was it was getting dark out. It was right before it was like dark.
Okay.
They gave us paper bags from the grocery store.
Okay.
And they said, all right. And there was like 3 or 4 of us. I don't remember who was all out there with me
Yeah.
and my brothers. And so they had us go out in the cornfield. And it's obviously later in the season because it's already been cut. I remember it's not like the corn's all growing up. It's brown. It's been cut off. And so we're out there in the field, and he's like, okay, what's going to happen is these snipes are going to come, and they're going to come real fast. I couldn't even picture what this was. In my mind, I'm picturing like, I don't know, some kind of like groundhog, rat beast looking thing.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But and so he's like, all right, they're gonna come fast. What you got to do is when we're gonna be scaring them, and as they come by, you got to get them. They're gonna run right into your bag. When they run into your bag, you got to close your bag up real fast and get them. So I'm like, okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm a little nervous. They take us out and they spread us out in this cornfield.
Yes.
And then they leave, and it's getting dark out, right? So now it's kind of dark, and then all of a sudden, it's dark enough I can't see anything, right? And I think I'm like 7, 8 years old in the middle of this cornfield.
Exactly.
I got my bag. I'm all waiting, and then I hear them banging on the side of the trailer. They're like banging, and they're like,
yeah.
Oh, and they said you got to yell, here, snipe, 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 here, snipe. So we're yelling, here, snipe, snipe, and then I hear them banging. And then I just hear it's like ruckus. They're like yelling. And I see, and they have like one of those like hunting lamps on their head,
Okay.
And they got flashlights, and you see in the distance, you just see these.
You're kind of scared.
Well, you just see these lights, and they're going all over the place, kind of like E.T. in the woods as they're looking for them with the police, right? And there's just lights everywhere, and everybody's yelling, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what's coming? They're coming closer.
They're coming closer.
Yeah, it's coming closer. I'm like,
here's Snipe, here's Snipe.
Yeah, here's the big. It's gonna happen, right? And then all of a sudden they come up, and I see them, and they're coming fast, and then all of a sudden, like, I just remember something hitting my bag hard, like bam, and I'm like, close my bag up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and they're like, did you get it? Did you get it? And I'm like, I don't know. And then they like, and I'm like, I remember just kind of being like, kind of freaked out a little bit, like what is going on?
No kidding.
Yeah, going on. And then they take the flashlight and they shine it on my bag, and there's just a big hole in my bag, and I'm like, what in the world? This thing just like. There's something that went into my bag because I remember feeling like hearing it and feeling the pressure,
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it ripped a hole in my bag, and I'm like, it's gone. They're like, oh, you missed it. It broke through your bag, and I'm like, oh goodness. So then they're like, do it again, and my other brothers probably they're doing the same thing. I'm just sitting there thinking I failed. I didn't get the snipe. You know what I mean? I don't know what this was. So
I'm afraid to tell any more about this story
why?
Because it's a tradition.
It's a tradition. Oh, you mean for other people or what?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think people do that anymore. Did you do something similar?
Oh, you better believe it.
What did you guys do?
Well, it was initiation for Boy Scouts.
For Boy Scouts?
Yes, I was in the Boy Scout troop. We came down from Sandusky, Ohio, down here to Camp Lazarus, right there in our community.
Really?
Big Boy Scout camp. And your job was to go snipe hunting.
Really?
And what you did was you had to go from camp to camp, other Boy Scout where they were tending, and you say, have you seen any snipes? I have to catch a snipe. I feel bad. I'm not allowed to go back till I get a snipe.
Yeah.
And they would say, we just saw snipes. They went that way. And so you chase yourself all the way around.
And you just keep running around looking for a snipe. But you didn't do it with the bag.
No, we had a bag, and we had to say, here, snipe, here, snipe, here, snipe.
Okay, here's snipe.
But no one, are you going to tell what hit your bag?
A snipe did.
A snipe did.
Yeah, I just never caught one. I've never been able to find one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Enough said.
Yeah. So.
Enough said. Well, I don't know if anybody still does this
I didn't
anymore.
get it because every time I try to catch it, break through my bag and get away.
Yeah.
And they're birds, I guess. You know what I mean? I mean, you look them up, they're birds. I'm like, how's a bird break through my bag and get through there?
You still think?
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You're talking about playing with me. Yeah, you were lewising a story.
No,
there.
they would take what they did is they had a big rock.
It was a rock. I was thinking it was a BB gun.
No, it was a rock. It was a big no BB gun. Like no, this was a big hole they put in.
Oh, okay.
They
were close enough.
So later I don't know when I learned. It wasn't immediately, right? They didn't tell me for like I'm talking like maybe 6-7 months or later.
Yeah.
Or one of my brothers told me. I don't know, but they had big rocks and they would run, and then when they came by us. Right, and they'd have these sticks. I remember them bouncing, and they would throw the rock as hard as they can into the bag, and then it would break through.
So they would be running back. They'd see the bag, and then they
would throw it as hard as they could so that it would rip through the bag.
Yeah, I mean, a pretty good shot.
Yeah. I mean, we're little kids. We're just holding the bag there, and I mean, it's a big plastic or not plastic paper bag, the old grocery store paper bags.
It was a paper bag.
Yeah, the paper bag. The brown bag.
Yeah, not like a Meyer bag today. It was a paper bag.
It was a paper sack. Yep, and they would just chuck it right in there, and sure
enough, and they hit the cul-de-sac, the bottom of the sack.
Yeah, yeah, they hit the bottom of the sack. Speaking of sacks, we'll get to another one of those. So,
okay.
This episode, I might as well just call it sacks, right?
Sacks.
It's the sacks.
It's the cul-de-sac. So you're in school. What grade were you in?
I was in first grade, so I was at first into second, right? So start the first half of it's in first grade, and then I go into second grade.
Do you remember your teachers at all?
Yeah, so I had two teach my freshman year, my first grade. I had my teacher was Mrs. Lemon.
Oh, you remember?
Yep, Mrs. Lemon. She had blonde hair.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, she was so pretty. As a first grader, I was in love with Miss Lemon. And she was so nice too.
Why was she so nice? I mean, what do you remember?
Well, she was just so nice. One, right? Like just a kind. And I don't know what ever happened to her, but she was just such a kind, nice person. And she, and of course I'm in first grade, and she was tall and she was pretty. And but she would teach me. She taught me how to read. I don't think I was a very good reader back then.
All right.
I might have been. I think I got some extra help with reading and stuff. But we'd read Go Pug Go. Well, you'd start off with the Dick and Jane books. I think they were.
Okay.
They were like red ones and then blue ones, and you would graduate. And then they had the pug ones. I remember there was something too where we had to like put the headphones on and listen to the reading. Do you remember that?
That was and then you would follow it along with your eyes. It was to get your reading up.
Yeah.
Reading.
That was pretty interesting.
Or your reading speed.
I don't know what it was,
but you got some one-on-one time with Mrs. Lemon.
Oh yeah, I always enjoyed that.
Miss Lemon or Mrs. Lemon?
I always thought it was Miss at that time.
Lemon.
And
so you had a little crush on her.
Oh yeah, and then one time, a girl that was like, she was like probably my best friend
in class.
In school,
okay,
in kindergarten, first grade, probably all the way, honestly, up until I would move away from Shreve in third grade.
Okay,
her name was Alice.
All right,
and Alice, she invited, and my brother and her brother were also good friends. Somehow, in our families were friends, I think, a little bit. But she invited me over to for dinner one night, and so I'm over there having dinner, and I would go over there quite often.
You're 7 years old,
yeah,
and you went over there for dinner.
Yeah.
Did you like wear a necktie or anything?
No, it wasn't like a dinner date. At that age, you're just friends, right? It doesn't matter, boys, girls. But she was one of my main friends. I mean, we were. If I had to pick like who my best friend was at that age, it was probably
she walking distance.
No, she lived down by the library, past the library. So I'd only see her at school, but at school it's like that person you always know it's going to be there with you. If you see them somewhere, you're going to run, and that's your hangout buddy. And Alice was definitely that person.
So she invited you to dinner.
Yeah, she invited me, and so we're there, and her mom's there. I mean, it's her whole family, right? And we're all sitting around the table, and Miss Lemon's there, and at that age, I mean, that's
what do you mean, Miss Lemon's there?
Yeah, I don't know how, like, if they were the friendship or something. Somehow they knew Miss Lemon.
Okay,
and so this is like a movie. This is like a rock star, right? When you're a kid, your teachers are like, these are like I said, you see them out in public, it's like, wow, that's my teacher. And so I remember, and I'm like, here I am eating dinner with Miss Lemon, and
you already had a crunch on her.
Yeah, I already had a crush on her. Anyways, so something's going on, and I'm reaching, and I literally knock over my milk, just spilled milk, right? Just spill it all over the table, and
you get on anybody?
No, but it's all over the whole table.
That's embarrassing.
It went right into the center of it. It was like a round table, I remember.
You're trying to give a good impression on the teacher.
Yeah, and I'm already the ornery kid, probably. And I spill my milk.
You were probably her favorite.
No, I don't think I was. But like, I just remember being mortified though and upset, and I was so worried. But I do remember like everybody's reaction, how kind everybody was, and she was like, "Oh, it's okay." But I was just so embarrassed that
you remember
that was my shot with Mrs. Lemon as a 7-8-year-old kid.
And you remember this?
Oh yeah, I do remember. Yep.
You had another story about milk. You were the Miss.
Oh yeah, because
Miss Lemon.
I don't know if it was in I don't know how long you do it. I mean, this is probably. I mean, everybody remembers this, right? Do you remember like getting because you would kindergarten, first grade. I don't know if it was in second and third too, but you would do the snack time. And snack time, you would go get the milk. So the teacher would put together
the little cartons.
Yep, the little tiny cartons. So everybody had to bring a dime, I think it was, right, or something.
Right.
You pay your money for your milk, and you bring your money in. I do remember bringing in the money for milk. Do you remember that? You'd have to bring it to school and give it to the teacher.
I don't have memories of this.
Did you do your milk? Did you guys do milk?
I didn't remember this.
Oh, really? So yeah. So
so how did you get the milk?
Every kid. So then it'd be time. So then everybody had to be quiet.
Okay.
And if you were picked, you got she would give you the crate. It was literally the milk crate.
Okay.
And you and another person, you would each hold a side of it. You go down to the cafeteria.
Okay.
And you would count out, or sometimes they'd have it ready. I remember 2 different schools, but they'd have it ready, and you would pick up, 21 chocolate milks and the 2 white milk. Because I mean, what kid in first grade's drinking the white milk, right? Everybody should be drinking chocolate milk. Deliciousness.
Oh my!
But yeah, you get all the milks, and remember, because we didn't have air conditioning stuff, so it'd be super hot out sometimes. But then you got to go into the walk-in refrigerator. And
wow!
It'd be like quiet, but you'd hear the fan running, and like, right? And then you go in there, and it's cool, and you're getting your milks, you're counting them in there, and then you go back, and now you get to distribute them. While everybody else got their head down in quiet time, you've got to go down.
How
and get
were you ever the one quiet enough that she picked you?
Oh, I have no
Maybe
idea.
she wanted you out of the room.
I think there was just a roster probably and who got picked.
Okay.
But then somebody had to bring in snacks, and they would bring in like cookies or something. So you get a cookie and you get your milk. Yeah.
What did I miss out in
You
first
must have missed
and
out.
second
You didn't
grade?
get that? You didn't get that?
We didn't get that.
That was always special time. At least I thought it was.
Well, yeah, but it was 60 years ago.
Yeah, for you, yeah.
I don't remember.
They would have had a cow down there. You would have to milk the cow.
I remember that
chocolate.
I was excited when I was the eraser cleaner guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get picked to do that, and you'd go outside, and you hit them against a brick, or you'd hit them against each other, and you felt like you were something special.
Yeah,
the teacher picked you.
Yeah, to smack them together in the cloud of
You're like
of
you're
dust.
LeBron James.
Yeah. Or you got picked to wash the chalkboards. Did you ever wash
Oh.
Do you remember that?
No.
No, maybe it was a punishment. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
You get the sponge, right? You go down and fill the bucket up with water and get the big sponge, and then you would walk the length of the board.
Yeah.
And then wash it, and then it would be all nice and clean.
You felt so special doing it.
Do you remember doing the where you put the chalks in and you create the lines?
Oh, for the music.
Well, I was thinking more for just like your letters when you would learn how to write.
Oh yeah.
Write the ABCs.
But if you had 5 of them, that was how you learned.
Well, you're a music person, so you would remember that.
That's right. Did you make fun of the people who got white milk?
No, I don't remember making fun of the people who made white milk. I mean, they liked white milk. I like chocolate milk.
This was at the cafeteria, not at snack time, but there was one kid named Mike.
Whoa.
And
you were mean to Mike?
Yeah.
Oh.
And our really mean nickname for him was White Milk.
Oh, really? Because he always drank white milk.
Hey, white milk.
He's like, I'm not rotting my teeth out you guys.
There was one thing that made him different than everybody else, and when you're a kid, man, you pounce on that.
Yeah.
And we just called him White Milk.
You know, we in the Army, I remember there was, I guess, I don't know how true this was, the one lieutenant colonel who was a professor, he would talk about the green monkey.
Okay.
And he would talk about how there was a study done, and what they did was they took the one monkey and they somehow dyed the monkey's fur green.
Okay.
And then they would put it back in with the rest of the monkeys, and the other monkeys would literally attack that monkey because it
was different.
It was different, and it had the green thing. So it was interesting to think about when you say that.
Michael, if you still follow me anywhere, my deepest apologies.
Well, he's like, okay, thank you, and he's got your name on this list.
And you probably still have your original teeth.
He just crossed your name off for that.
Oh
So.
my goodness!
That's
Forgive me.
That's a movie reference. But
and my college friends, Bob White. Sorry about what I did to you. Too.
Yep.
I just like saying.
But that was that's. I mean, those times were not. Those
were
little
you
things.
were you involved in any sports at 7th grade? You're at 7 years old.
7th grade. Well, yeah. So first grade, in kindergarten and first grade, right around there, you get involved in baseball.
Yes.
And
my grandson, yeah.
Yeah. So I was on the t-ball team, and. Everybody had I don't remember what our name of our team was, but I remember we were red and white.
Okay.
Was our colors, and I still have pictures probably somewhere. And they were very white uniforms. I remember because they get all dirty and nasty and stuff.
This is America. Yes.
Yep, and our big hat with our trucker hat with the red on it. Ours were red, and there was blue, and everybody had different teams. But I remember when they're trying to figure out what position you're going to play, right? And I guess probably because I didn't really play ball with anybody, but I signed my mom signed me up to play, and so I guess they figured, well, you look around and you're like, okay, what can everybody do? Okay, well, this kid.
Nothing
exactly. So they're like, you're going to be the catcher.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what does the catcher do in t-ball?
He puts the ball on the.
He puts the ball on the tee. That's it. Right? Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean. He does nothing. He doesn't have to do anything other than
put the ball in the tee.
Get the ball, put it. But I can touch the ball every play. I guess, right? Yeah. Take the ball and put it on the tee, and it's real. And you're hot because you got to wear the gear for some reason, even though nobody's pitching at you or anything. You still wear the gear.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
And that started my illustrious catching career. I'd become well known for being
a catcher of something.
Yeah, and I would put that on the tee, and then you hit it out. Sometimes I'd play in the outfield.
Okay.
Too. Well, in t-ball, how often does the ball get in the outfield? I remember I'd be out there, and it's weird because that's one of my earliest memories of looking at clover, right, with the white flowers.
Looking for 4-leaf clovers?
No, just the fact that the flowers and then the bees would all be on the white clover flowers.
You remember this?
Yeah, I do remember it very vividly. I don't remember clover anywhere else, but I remember looking at the clover and the bees, and I remember then a bird would fly by.
Oh,
and then you know what happens when a bird flies by?
It poops on people?
No, I would jerk because I would think it was a fly ball.
Oh,
because I wasn't paying attention, and all of a sudden a bird would fly by, and it would catch my attention, it would scare me, and I'm like, oh no, but it was just a bird because nobody's hitting a ball out there. But occasionally, then I remember I was on the bench, which I would spend most of my baseball career on the bench.
Okay.
But I was just like, oh, there was a sandbox over there, so I would just go over and start playing in the sandbox.
It was a sandbox.
Yeah, it was because it was
it's with sides, a regular sandbox.
Yeah, because there was a playground right there, right? It's that's where the little league baseball field was, right next to the playground.
So you just wandered off.
Yeah, I just went over there. I was like, well, I'm just gonna play in the sandbox. And I remember my coach coming over, and he's like, hey, Jeremy, you wanna play some?
You wanna hit?
You wanna play some baseball? And I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm in the middle of a sandcastle here.
I thought you were gonna say that. I mean, my grandson's in t-ball, and anybody that's placed in the infield, they just pretty much sitting on their butt playing in the sand. You're playing in the dirt.
Well, somewhat probably.
You did it in the sandbox.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got to play any of those skilled positions. They gave me the what can you do? You can put the ball on the tee.
So everybody, when they're 7 or 8 year old, either they or their grandparents have a swing set. Did you guys have a swing set?
We did. I don't remember when we got it, but I remember we got a swing set.
Yeah. And 5 boys.
5 boys, yep. And when you get 5 boys, so it was one of those swing sets like the A-frame swing set, right?
Yeah.
It got put together, and then you have the 2 swings, and then you have that one where it's a teeter-totter thing on it.
Oh yeah, we had that for the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you call that one, but it was kind of it was a swing, but you sit on each side of it.
Yeah.
And I do remember our thing though is if you have 5 boys and
yes.
We'd almost flip that thing all the time, right? Because we're on it, and then we'd start going, and then jumping off of it. You swing and then jump. But when you would be on it, the
sometimes the bottom,
yeah, because I guess you're supposed to anchor those things in. But I don't know how many people actually anchor those in.
Right.
And so that thing would be rocking back and forth. And I do remember somebody telling me, I don't know how true it was. They're like, you could flip that thing over, and you're gonna come down your arm and rip your arm off. And somebody was like, yeah, somebody did it. And I don't know. I'm having a memory here.
Yes.
I want to say Keith. It's so weird. He had these.
Your brother Keith?
No, my stepdad Keith.
Yeah, okay.
He had these really bad scars on his shoulder. But I remember somebody saying that's what happened to him was his.
Oh,
and that's what happened with his shoulders. It's so weird that I just had that flashback of those weird. It was like a really big scar on his shoulders.
So did you or your brothers get hurt at all?
Well, so occasionally, yeah, it would happen. And then, so one day I'm out there and Shelly, who's across my neighbor next door, right?
Okay.
We brought her up before. And she's over there. We're all playing on the back and just me. Actually, I don't think everybody was out there, but one of the things again, it's a girl. She's a little older than me. And I was showing off. So what I would do is you climb up the one side of the A-frame, right?
Okay.
And then, I was trying to do I'm climbing across the top, the bar, right?
Oh, yeah. Hanging.
I'm hanging on it, and I'm trying to go to the other side, which I do. And I get to the other side, and I'm sliding down it. As I'm sliding down it, how like where it's an A-frame, right? So the A that goes across, the thing that makes it an A that goes across, right?
Yes.
That crossbar,
Yes.
it's screwed in with screws on each side, and you're supposed to, when you screw it on the other side, you're supposed to put a plastic cap on it.
Okay.
But no, again, parents
Yes.
their safety stuff is it's together. And all of a sudden, I feel this scraping, and it goes all the way on the side of my leg. So it's like scratching my leg, and it goes all the way up my leg, and it just like hurts real bad. And I remember like I jump off of it, and I'm just like, oh, it hurts. Like I'm just like, because it's mostly the scrape on my leg. Because like imagine like a nail or a screwdriver like tearing into your skin on your leg. And I'm like, oh, that didn't feel good. And so while we're standing there, I'm like, I got to run and check what's going on here. So I run up. I remember I run up into the house and I go into the bathroom.
Yes.
And again, this is a chill, family friendly, but hey, this is what happens. So I go to the bathroom. When I go to the bathroom, like I just see blood everywhere. And I'm like, oh no. And I look down. And sure enough, we were speaking about sacks earlier.
Yes.
There's a tear.
One of your sacks has a tear in it.
Well, there's just one sack.
Yes. Oh, that sack.
There's just.
Yes.
I'm not an alien or anything here, Terry.
Go on.
There's literally a tear.
Yes. What do you do?
Well, I mean, there's blood everywhere, right? And there's a tear, and I can see inside the tear. So I'm seeing the original anatomy there.
Yes.
And so I'm like, I remember going, and my stepdad was there, and I'm like trying to tell him like, hey, I got problems.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't remember all I said to him, and he's like, he looks at it, and of course it's like, oh, ooh.
Oh my.
Yeah, we got to get you.
So he took you to the hospital?
Yeah, so we hop in the car, and I remember, because they got a towel and they got ice or whatever, and we're driving, and I can remember just looking down, and I'm like, I can see inside.
Oh my.
Yeah, my sack. So my potatoes are showing, right? It's not the sack. You can see the potatoes.
The cul-de-sac.
Yeah, you can
see the bottom of the sack.
You can see the potatoes, and I remember just telling him like, I'm worried that I'm going to get stitches. I've never had stitches. Robin had stitches. And I remember thinking like, oh, I don't want to get stitches. This is going to be painful.
And a tetanus shot.
Well, and I don't know what this is, but I'm like, oh no. And I remember like, I'm telling him, I'm like, I hope I don't get stitched. He's like, no, it'll be okay. He's trying to keep me calm and everything, which was nice. Anyways, we have to drive all the way to Worcester though. So, we live in Shreve.
Oh.
We're going all the way to Worcester, and we do get all the way to Worcester, and we get in there, and they're like, the doctors are like, oh, we got to stitch this up. I remember. And
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. And then, I think I probably, I'm like, oh no. And so they get me in there, but I can remember, it's kind of weird because I can remember, I remember getting the shot, like the numbing.
Yes.
And that hurt so bad. And I could remember looking, it was weird because they had those goggles or glasses. I don't know if it was goggles, what they had on. This is, 81, but I can remember seeing I could watch the reflection off of that, and I could see again, I could see the potatoes inside the sack there. And anyways, they had to stitch it up. I got like 6 stitches. And yes.
Okay, all right, we got it.
That hurts, doesn't it?
All right, let's move on.
But anyway, so
go ahead.
But so my brothers, that's always was the joke. You know what I mean? Like every once in a while, my mom, for some reason, anytime we had company over,
she wanted to tell the story.
Especially that week, like every time in that whole week, every night, somebody would like be around and they would have to ask me about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet our audience has got a swing set story.
Yeah, something, right? Do you have a story?
Well, one that I'm not too proud of. But, we had 4 kids and we were raising them and we didn't have a lot of money. And so at a garage sale,
you bought
my wife and I'll say me, there was a rope thing with knots in it that you would tie it up to the top.
Yeah. And
then the kids would learn how to climb a rope. And I installed it, and there's a reason why somebody was getting rid of it. So our second son was almost all the way up to the top, and the whole thing was frayed, and it completely snapped and broke his arm.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that
hurt. So I bet other people have this.
Yeah.
Okay, you have some stories about when your family would go out to dinner. Where would they go? And tell us some stories.
Well, back in Shreve, there was, you had the S and Haas, you had a few places, the pizza parlor, but the big place to go was the High Noon Saloon. Yeah, it's no longer there. It's so sad because
the High Noon Saloon.
The High Noon Saloon.
And you're a 7-year-old.
I'm a 7-year-old, yeah.
And you went?
Yeah, we'd go. My mom would take us. Yeah, we would go there quite a bit. She would meet up with her friends. And, it's kind of like I don't know. It's like a pizza bar place. So you walk in. I remember you'd walk in the front door. As soon as you walked in, the jukebox was literally right there. Like, as soon as you walk in, you got the jukebox. And then to the left, you've got like a series of tables. Those tables that got the black squishy chairs you know what I'm talking about. And then the bar.
Also vinyl that your leg was stick to.
Yeah. And then to the right was the bar, and the bar was one of those ones where it's like a full square, but the back wall, you have the back wall, but the other three sides are square.
Yes.
And then they had all the neon lights up there.
Yeah.
And then you would continue as you took the left, you walked the back wall, that's where the restrooms were.
Okay.
But then if you would follow that back wall, there was like another room back there, and back there was where there was a pool table.
Okay.
And then to the left of that, there's another room.
You've been there a few times. You did the whole layout.
And then there's another little room, and that's where the video games were. So back there, you had Berserker, Asteroids, and there was one other game, and I always can't remember. I don't know if it was Joust or whatever was back there.
And your parents would give you quarters to play?
Yeah, so we would go there quite often, it seemed. And, of course, I don't know why. We would always, I would always go to the jukebox and, we would look at the jukebox and
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was the old school one where you could just, and I just would be into it, just look at it and
they would have side A, side B.
Yeah, it was yeah, exactly.
And it was 45s.
Yep, and then you would put the money in and if your parents were to be buying on the jukebox, being able to one that gets to put the money in and hit the little A, 3 or F. 12 or whatever, you know what I mean? And then, that would tell you which music, because you would line it up with what you're going to push.
Yes.
And then that would put it in the queue. And, I can remember, for some reason for this, and I think it was probably 82. I don't know when this came out, but, I Love Rock and Roll, Pat Bennett, or Hit Me With Your Best Shot, those kind of songs would be on there. And so we would do that. And so we'd have my mom, my stepdad, and all my brothers would be there, and we'd be back there playing. And it was interesting because guys would just give us quarters, and we'd be, so. You
mean more than the parents?
Yeah, more than the parents. People would just give us quarters, and we'd be back there playing.
Would you go table to table begging or something?
Occasionally, I think. Yeah, occasionally we would. I think it was more of if they were all hanging out at a table, all having their adult time, and then somebody's like, "Here, kids, go back there and play." But you would spend a lot of time just watching other people play.
Yes.
As a little kid, like that, where you're leaning in, on the side, trying to watch other people play Berserk or Asteroid.
Well, these are good memories growing up.
Oh, yeah. And I can't remember how the Berserk guy would go. But the crazy thing is and one time, we're there. And they had good pizza, by the way. I do remember their pizza being very cheesy and had really good pepperoni on it. It was a pretty standard
thin
pizza.
Crust and
no, it was a
pub pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a pub pizza, but it wasn't very thin though. I don't think it wasn't like a Detroit style pizza.
All right. And you always went to the same place, or was there any other places?
Well, my mom then would be at the I was like the hideaway or hideout. But I think, that would be a little later when she would start bartending there. And I think that's into 82.
Okay.
But yeah, so we would be there, and what we would do is we're playing video games. And then one time we're going into the bathroom. And so we're all going in there. It's I can remember
the 5 boys.
I don't know if all of us went in there, but I remember Brian had to go. So Brian's probably 5 or 6, I guess.
Okay.
And Jason, there was another one of my brothers in there. So we all go in, we're all going to the bathroom, but somebody was using the main toilet. So there's just the 2 urinals there. And I remember my brother, Brian, being I really have to go to the, number 2. And we're well, and he keeps standing there. And then finally, I don't know if it was, I know I felt like I was part of the encouragement. I don't think I was the creator of the idea.
You told him to...
I don't remember me telling him, but I do remember it saying it's go ahead and do it, which was Brian had to go.
Do what?
Go number 2 in the urinal.
In the urinal.
Yep. So here we are, right? We're running around the High Noon already.
All the way to the floor urinal.
No.
No, okay.
This isn't an all the way to the floor. This is the one that, still like a standard urinal today in a way.
All right.
It hangs on the wall. It's about halfway up, and
no!
But anyways, we're already kind of the terrors of the High Noon, right? Because people don't want their kids inside. They're going to the bar to hang out and to eat and drink, and then here you got us 5 Lewis boys tearing around everywhere and
pooping in the urinal.
Well, you gave the story away.
You just told it.
I didn't tell the whole story, so he needs to go.
Yeah.
So we're like sitting there and we're like, hey, Brian, go ahead and go in there. So he hops up on there, and I can still picture him.
He hops up on it.
Yeah, he's actually like almost like on his tippy toes up on it. And and he does the deed right there onto the urinal.
He turns around and sits.
He sits like he's sitting on a toilet, kind of, because it's got the little shape there. And he's only 4 or 5 or maybe 6.
You banging on the bathroom on the stall? Somebody's in there.
Somebody's back. Yeah, somebody's in there. And so Brian goes, and like I said, and he goes in there. So so he gets done, and kind of knew at that point it probably wasn't a good idea because he's left a pretty good.
He didn't have a choice.
He was pretty healthy.
He had to go.
It was pretty healthy, and
pretty healthy.
And of course, at that point,
then what are you gonna do?
Yeah, there's no flushing it down, right? It's there, and it smells now. Pretty good. So we go out. So we're all like, all right, let's get out of here. So we get out and we go back out, and it wasn't very long. It didn't take very long that somebody comes. They come out of the bathroom, and they're like, who pooped in the urinal?
Oh, no.
Yeah. And there's not a whole lot of kids in there. And they know it's not any grown man.
Oh, my.
Who probably is going to do it. And I just remember my mom looking at all of us like, which one of you? Who was it? And, again, we're all like, nobody's fessing up on that one. I don't know if anybody ever did fess up, but at that point, the night was over. My mom's like, we're getting out of here. She was definitely thoroughly embarrassed.
Yes.
But I can remember the people coming out. They're absolutely disgusted, and I think like the person that's managing or whatever, they were really upset because now somebody's going to have to
Somebody's got to clean it up.
Somebody's got to fish that out, right? You know what I mean? And it isn't like you have tools sitting around that are made for cleaning cleaning up the urinal.
Sorry, we're grossing everybody out.
It happens. It happens. So
it is a most unpredictable life. So, I've had some urinal stories, but
what's your urinal
nothing
story?
like that. But, well, I'm a grown man at this point, but
you put your feet in the urinal.
Well, no, put my feet in the urinal.
You wouldn't do something like that, right?
No, this was takes me back to high school band camp.
Mm-hmm.
And
band camp.
The band camp, and there wasn't any. There wasn't individual urinals. There was a big.
One time at band camp.
It was
keep going.
There's a big There's a big circle urinal.
Oh, okay.
And it had this water ring on top. And a big bar at the bottom where your feet were.
Yeah. So you flush it.
So you peed in the big circle thing, and then you'd push the bar with your foot.
Yeah.
And water would come down, and we'd rinse it off.
Yeah.
And that was the urinal.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward 40 years, and my kids are going to Liberty High School here in the local area.
Very nice school, by the way.
Very nice school.
And you're how old now?
And I am probably
60?
45.
No, 45 years. So you're a 45-year-old man.
I'm a 45-year-old man.
Very nice high school.
Let me tell the story.
No, I know. I'm setting the conditions here.
So I walk in to the boys' room, the men's room off of the cafeteria.
Oh no!
I was there for one of the kids' band things or whatever.
And
George! I needed
not
to
the
pee.
Livestock.
So I went in, and oh my goodness, this is a flashback. I haven't seen a urinal like this in 45 years.
You were excited. You were like, "Oh, this is
so
bringing me
cool!
back."
It's a circle thing and a pedal and water that comes out of the metal ring in the top.
Yeah.
So thankfully nobody else was in there, but I peed in it, and then I pushed it, and water came in, and I looked around, and this is strange. I haven't even put any sinks in here. And
the guy comes out.
I walked out, and I told my kids and my wife. I said, You'll never believe it. It's just like band camp. They've got a circular urinal and a foot pedal. And my kid said, Dad, tell me nobody was in there. I said, no, nobody was in there. And they said, I'm so glad there's no cameras in there. I said, what? You peed in the hand washing sink.
You peed in the sink.
So not as bad as your brother.
Year-old. I don't know. I mean, he was what, 5 or 6? You were 45.
But you can understand.
No, I don't understand.
Come on, you can understand.
No, I don't understand.
I think our people could understand.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they have to say about you peeing in the.
Okay.
I mean, at a very nice high school.
It is a very nice high school.
Yep. And the guy came out, and he's probably like going to wash. Maybe when you were in band camp, those were the hand washing stations too, and you just always are confused.
That's possible, but
I mean, you think you wash your feet? Where do you wash your feet?
No, we're not going to go there. So, anything else about 1981 that we want to make sure we tell?
No, I think that there's always something.
There's always more stories,
but I don't think Shelly talked to me after that. Really, I think my I don't remember. I think that ruined our relationship. My brothers. It was.
Who's Shelly again?
Shelly was my next door neighbor girl. She was like a year older than me, class ahead of me.
Oh, okay, not Amanda.
Amanda? Where did Amanda come from?
No, Alice.
She lived down by the library. Remember?
She was the spilled milk girl.
Yeah, she was. Shelly, we've talked about Shelly in other episodes. She was the girl next door.
The one you had a crunch on.
A crunch?
A crush. That's what we call them, crunches.
You called them crunches.
We call crushes crunches.
That's kind of interesting.
It's a Lewis thing.
And well, I'm a Lewis. I never heard that before.
Oh, but we're not related.
But anyways, yeah, and my mom would tell that story. I mean, I don't know how many times. It took years for that story kind of to die, and here I brought it back up. But
yes.
Anyways, it all worked out. I have 4 children, so we all know everything was fine.
Yes, right, of course.
And good to go.
That's right.
But, yeah.
And Liberty High School didn't kick me out. So
no, yeah, yeah.
All right, so that's a wrap. Tell us where the DeLorean's taking us next episode. We got a special episode, maybe.
Oh, yeah. So episode 10, the plan is episode 10 is that we're going to do like a recap.
Okay.
Go through and maybe we missed something and stuff like that. But it's just like, we're going to recap so far where we've been 1 through 9. Yeah. And we'll go through and just enjoy it and kind of celebrate the fact that we're at episode 10. We might, hopefully, we'll see. We're thinking about maybe trying to have a guest appearance by somebody.
Yes, wouldn't that
be cool? Maybe share their story. So if you're somebody also that would like to, we'd like to have people come on every 10 episodes and just be on the show and talk and laugh and share some stories. And
you're secretly thinking this is possibly a co-host replacement.
No.
That's what you're trying to do.
Are you trying to get out of this?
I am not trying to get out of it. You're just bringing people in. And
you don't understand how hard it is to run a podcast when your co-host is always. I mean, look.
I just want to see if you appreciate me.
I mean, you don't have to come if you don't want to do it anymore. Just say.
Oh, now here it is. All right.
We always tell Terry we're happy. Like you make the show.
I don't make the show.
You make the show.
The story is about your life, not my life.
Well, but we share our lives.
Unpredictable. So thanks for watching, and
you totally skipped. We didn't even go into so.
Oh, we want people to respond.
Yeah, we want a couple things. One, we're going to ask so from this episode.
Yes.
What would you, since we're flipping it here?
I want people to tell me where's the strangest place you ever went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want people to respond to?
Well, I was going to say, is there anything lessons learned from this episode?
Okay.
You skipped that whole part of the thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're supposed to have a serious moment.
Yeah, we're supposed to have
what were the life lessons
supposed to have one
of pooping in the urinal? It just didn't seem fitting.
Was there anything for you that you remember from that time? Though?
Okay. But we also, I want to hear grandma stories from people.
You want to hear Grandma's story?
Any of you ever have to sit on plastic furniture covers and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, tell us, like when you just think about, your grandma or your grandpa.
Yeah.
Going to visit them, spend the night with them.
Yeah.
What are some of your best memories or funny memories?
Things that you weren't allowed to touch.
Things you weren't allowed to touch.
My grandma,
what was it for you?
Blue glass collection.
Oh, the blue, yeah.
Your grandma had Avon just like your mom, right?
Yes, she did. My mom and we have something similar called the red dishes.
Oh, okay.
Which I have some of them downstairs. But the red dishes, the ruby red dishes. Thank goodness for those things. I used those as blackmail for years, but that's another story.
Yeah, it's another story.
But anyways, anything for you, though, that for lesson learned you want to share? Since I do it, you always ask me that question. And you think about this episode.
Yeah. Well, I just can't get over the urinal stories.
The urinal stories. Yeah. Well, don't go use a urinal for what it's supposed to be.
Yes, I suppose that's a good lesson in life.
Don't pee in a sink.
No, I think I'm glad that you have memories in your life of the family all being together at places like the High Noon Saloon.
Yep.
And you've got these wonderful memories. Your identity, as unpredictable as it was, continues to be this family you grew up in, these brothers. Yeah. Mom's not perfect, dad's not perfect, but you've got memories that bring identity. And I think we all need to make sure that if we're raising kids, or even mine with my grandkids, you're creating identity with stories.
Yep, spending time, doing things together.
That's right.
And we didn't really get into it, but this is also because we're going to 82. And I think this is where in 82 things started kind of unraveling a little bit, because in 81, my grandma's, she's diagnosed with cancer. So we'll go into 82. But yeah, I think this is, just again, I think this is a magical time in terms of staying up late when the specials would come on, playing video games. We're still playing Atari, a lot of outdoor tag and hide and seek, riding our bicycles, skinned up knees. Friday night, maybe some pizza and some pop. We only get a little bit of pop and things like that. But you're right. Just spending time with family. It's all a magical time. So
that's right.
Anyways, we hope you guys have enjoyed it. And like we said, we'd like to hear from you. So please reach out, send us a note, post a comment. And sure enough, make sure you give us a follow or subscribe. We'd like to see, who's consistently wanting to spend time with us. So
that's right.
Again, hope you had a great, enjoyed the episode, and always remember to stay unpredictable.